Many thanks for joining us. This is English News Time from Oromia Broadcasting Network OBN. I will come on the move by headings and news for you. Stay with us. The House of People's Representative in its urgent session held approved the revised Ethiopia's electoral and political parties draft bill. The House approved the bill tabled the Legal Justice and Administration Affairs Standing Committee. Adsafa explains.
The House of People's Representative held an extraordinary session on Saturday. The House has looked into the revised draft bill of Ethiopian electoral and political parties that was raised by Legal, Justice and Democratic Affairs Standing Committee. While presenting the draft bill, has stated name of the draft bill and briefed the amendments of 149 articles. The name of the draft bill has been amended as Ethiopian Election, Political Parties Registration and Election Code of Conduct Draft Bill. Further amendment has been also carried out on the political parties' activities, campaign procedures, legal participation during election, implementation of laws, and media utilization. To implement the amended draft bill, the House of People's Representative would set the legal procedure. However, the guidelines will be designed by Electoral Board. The draft bill includes election procedures, implementation of election, formation of political parties, administration of political parties, code of conduct for election procedures, of conducting campaign, system of having coalition parties are among others. On the revised draft bill, Ethiopian election and formation of political parties as well as number of founding members of the political parties and new procedures have been included. A government employee who ran as a candidate and didn't win has the right to return to his job without any precondition and to get promotion and benefits on the basis of his performance. In the event of temporary resignation of a candidate from his job, he shall not get any salary or benefits, nor is he allowed to use any properties of the government office in which he is employed until the end of election. A political party shall be formed as a regional political party where it has 4,000 founding members.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed officially closed the tree planting season through planting seedlings with members of 4 billion tree steering and technical committee members. The Premier called on Ethiopians to actively participate on the nurturing planting seedlings. Olma Baina.
The National Green Legacy Committee has planted seedlings in compound of office of the Prime Minister, where Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has taken part on the event. The 2018-2019 tree seedling campaign is concluded, it was said. The committee stated that more than 4 billion seedlings were planted till recent time. Minister of Agriculture, who is also chairperson of the committee, Umar Hussein, said that 60% of the planted trees are used for food and 40% of them are used for forest.
We'll disclose
the remaining information after we verified. Experts were already assigned to collect critical information.
Minister of Water, Irrigation and Energy, Dr. Engineer Seleshi Bakkala, for his part, said that Ethiopians have realized planting more than 3.7 million seedlings in a day.
The planted seedlings are more than 4 billion, but we'll verify the types of seedlings and their locations. Our people have done a remarkable job in planting seedlings.
Dr. Seleshi noted that the country will be changed into full green if the campaign continues for 4 years in similar ways.
Planting seedlings is one thing, but unless we protect and cultivate them carefully, we will not get what we have planned for.
The committee has thanked all stakeholders who played their indispensable role for the realization of the campaign.
Council of Ministers in its 73rd regular session approved the draft bill on human trafficking and migrant smuggling. The draft bill was prepared by the Federal Attorney General to combat against trafficking, smuggling and illegal overseas employment. After making the necessary amendments, the Council referred the bill to the House of People's Representative for approval. The Council also approved the large-scale coal and small-scale chromite mining license agreement tabled by the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum. Indicating that they met the needed legal requirements, the Council decided the agreement to come into effect. Ethiopia and UK have signed agreement to grant agreements amounting to £120 million. At Masun Ababa, Ethiopia's State Minister of Finance, and Mr. Alok Sharma, UK Secretary of State for International Development, signed the Memorandum of Understanding. About £95 million of the total funding will be used to finance strengthening climate resilience system for water, sanitation and hygiene service. The remaining £25 million will be used to finance phase 4 of the Ethiopian Productivity Safety Net program, according to a press release issued by the Minister of Finance. Meanwhile, the additional finance to the Productivity Safety Net program is aimed at increasing access to safety net and disaster risk management systems, complementary livelihoods, services and nutrition support for food insecure households in rural Ethiopia. Outgoing Irish ambassador to Ethiopia, Sonja Hyland, said Ireland is keen to increase and deepen its political and economic relations with Ethiopia while remaining committed supporters Ethiopia's ambitious economic and political reforms.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Ambassador Lailai said Irish development cooperation with Ethiopia has been going on for the last 25 years.
Our commitment to support the political and economic reform agenda in Ethiopia. So Prime Minister Abiy obviously has set out a really ambitious agenda with a very ambitious timeline for democratization and political and economic reform in Ethiopia. And I've been really happy to be able to push forward Ireland's support for that.
The ambassador said recent agreement signed between the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia and the Speaker of the House of People Representatives demonstrates Ireland's commitment to support the ongoing political reform.
Our development cooperation program over the last 6 years has been the value has been about €160 million, so that's about €30 million each year, and we're just in our planning phase at the moment for our next strategy. So we're committed to at least maintaining that level of support and really focusing on supporting political and economic reform.
Mentioning that she will be appointed political director in Ireland with the responsibility for international peace and security, Hyland said, quote, "Obviously, looking at the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia is key partner for us in terms of understanding and reacting appropriately to peace and security issues in the Horn." She further appreciated Ethiopia's remarkable contributions towards peaceful resolution of the conflict with Eritrea and for brokering the Sudanese peace process in collaboration with the African Union.
I think Ethiopia's commitment to try and support peace and stability in the Horn of Africa is a really, really important one, not just for the region, but actually globally. The really striking elements, the work that Ethiopia has been doing in the Horn to try and bring peace and security and stability and therefore, prosperity to its people is incredibly important.
Speaking of Ethiopia's recent major breakthrough in terms of starting to plant 4 billion seedlings, she said, quote, "It is an incredible commitment and vision. I think from the Prime Minister, climate change is something that Ethiopia does not create but is really suffering from."
The fact that Ethiopia has decided to proactively lead the way and show others what can be done and make that commitment publicly and internationally is really positive. It's something that internationally I think people have recognized and recognized Ethiopian leadership.
She urged other countries to follow Ethiopia's move towards minimizing the adverse impacts of climate change.
Youth in East Wallagga Zone have engaged in various voluntary activities in the Dawn. The Dawn administration said that 1,800 youth in Wayutuka district are involving in different community services. Lata Tarisa.
Youth of Wayutuka district of East Wallagga Zone in Oromia Regional Estate engaged in voluntary service like helping destitute people, teaching students and other services.
We are working to solve socio-economic problems of our community. We are helping destitute children, being in collaboration with Government administration.
The people who received the service expressed their gratitude to the youth.
They are renovating my house. God bless them. I used to suffer bad situation during rainy season due to the collapsing of my home. I thank these youth very much.
This support has inspired students for their education.
I went to Adama to search for jobs since I have nothing to buy school supply materials, but I didn't get the job. Then I get back to my hometown. Now I am very happy to get this support. I'm also ready to continue in my academics.
Head of YU Tuka District Women, Children and Youth Affairs Office Zainabu Galata said 1,800 youth have taken part in citizenship service delivery program throughout the district.
The volunteers have participated in various works such as planting trees and nurturing, plowing the farmlands of needy people, sanitation work and giving additional class to students. We have donated education materials for destitute students through collecting money from community and various associations.
That's all I had for now. I'm Kamandam with the news. Have a lovely time.